Coming up on Hawk TV News, we'll bring you an update on the latest Board of Governors meeting, a march that was held on campus to honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, and we'll take you to the farm and equipment show. This is Hawk TV News. Welcome to this edition of Hawk TV News. I'm Alex Caston. Thanks for joining us. An active shooter situation is over, and police shot and killed a suspect inside of a West Omaha Target store. Police say they were called to the Target off 178th Street and West Central Road of an active shooter report just before noon today. Officials say officers entered the store and found a man with an AR-15 and shot and killed him. They say it looked like he was in his 30s and that he was likely fired rounds inside the store. No one was hurt inside the store. Omaha police say they couldn't find any victims. They also are confident the shooter is the only person deceased. On December 15th, an active warrant of the Court of Madison County, Nebraska was issued for Jeffrey Stewart II. Stewart is being charged with taking over $750,000 from the Norfolk Area Transit Company. Shortly after the issuance of the warrant, Stewart, his wife, and 3 children fled the Norfolk area. The Stewart family has connections to the South Texas area. The Madison County Sheriff's Department and the U.S. Marshal's Office are seeking information as to the whereabouts of Stewart. Stewart is the subject of a Madison County felony warrant for theft as a result of the investigation by the Madison County Sheriff's Department of theft from the Norfolk Area Transit System. If you know anything about Jeffrey Stewart's whereabouts, please contact Deputy Gardners at 402-672-9790 or Madison County investigators at 402-454-2110. Back when the first school year first began, a board meeting was held to hold more opportunities for high school students who plan to attend Northeast Community College and how these students can start earning college credit before even entering college. Keely Peck was there on January 12th to help show everyone what dual enrollment will mean to all of us.
A Board of Governors meeting was held earlier this month to discuss the upcoming 2023 school year. I attended the event to learn more about the new dual enrollment plan. As this spring semester starts up, plans for the upcoming fall semester are already in the works. Along with administering the oath of office during the meeting, Lee Barrett talked to everyone about plans for the dual enrollment for the fall 2023 semester.
So I'm pretty excited to be able to talk with you today about something that we as a board have been talking about now for several months. And that is a proposal today that will be about offering dual enrollment at no cost to our high school students. Our guided pathways work talks about ensuring that people are on a pathway to social mobility, using continuous quality improvement work, ensuring that they're earning a skill that's valued in our workforce. Our 2 goals, as we work with our community partners, are to create a college-going mindset and to engage the underemployed. When we talk about dual enrollment, we're talking about number 1, how to create that college-going mindset. Today, 86% of students in our region who enroll in dual enrollment matriculate to college. 27% of those come to Northeast, and 59% attend other institutions.
Barrett went on to talk about the benefits dual enrollment would provide for high school students and even high school teachers.
Many of our public school teachers in the United States choose to get a master's degree in curriculum instruction or administration. That does not credential them to teach specific courses at the college level. Now we have an instructor that goes to our schools and makes sure and provides that instruction so the high schools do not have to provide somebody doing that.
As of today, dual enrollment classes are now available for high school students enrolled in early college beginning in the 2023 to 2024 school year. While early college at Northeast Community College will be at no cost to high school students, they will be responsible for any books, tools, or fees associated with each course. For Hawk TV News, I'm Keely Peck.
Recently, the United States and Northeast celebrated Martin Luther King Day, and I had the chance to interview Paul Muncie, who's a history/geography instructor right here at Northeast, about his perspective of the holiday. Martin Luther King Day is a federal holiday celebrated every 3rd Monday of January, even though Dr. King's real birthday is January 15th. Martin Luther King Day is very similar to Uniform Monday Holiday Act. The Uniform Monday Holiday Act is an act of Congress that permanently moved to a Monday to federal holidays in the United States, Washington's birthday and Memorial Day, and that made Columbus Day a federal holiday, also permanently on a Monday. Recently on the campus of Northeast Community College, Norfolk, hosted a candle march to Union 73 and showed the famous I Have a Dream speech by Dr. King, followed by a discussion.
The most important takeaway I had was the focus on fighting for equality without getting lost in the very natural desire for retribution.
Dr. King will be forever remembered for fighting against injustice among very corrupt governors of the South. One of the best examples of Dr. King fighting for injustice is the famous Selma to Montgomery marches from March 7th to March 21st, 1965. Alabama was one of the worst states to be an African-American man or woman.
We did want to create an America where there's a place for everybody, regardless of skin color and regardless of economic conditions.
Thanks again to Paul Muncie for the great interview and all the faculty that organized a great event and the students that participated as well. Live at Hawks Point for Hawk TV, I'm Alex Caston. The next Martin Luther King Day is Monday, January 15th, 2024, which would be his birthday. Dr. King would have been turning 95 next year. The Northeast Nebraska Farm and Equipment Show took place on January 17th and 18th, giving farmers an opportunity to look at new advances in farming technology. Hawk TV's Jordan Stevens has more.
The farm show had no shortage of vendors showing off their businesses and what they can do for the farms in the area. Attendance was also up, with many farmers taking advantage of the colder weather to stay indoors. With 135 different exhibitors such as auction companies, insurance companies, implement dealers, car dealers, and drone dealers, and countless more, the show had things for everybody. I got to speak with Jeffrey Steffen about what the farm show does for the farmers in Northeast Nebraska.
So this is right where the producers are, and so we give them an opportunity to come to one place like this and meet with, there's 135 different vendors here. All of them are focused on agriculture in one way, shape, or form.
Steffen told me about how the farm show has grown from when it started back in 1988, and he says it has moved around quite a bit.
Villa Inn, it's a hotel that doesn't even exist in Norfolk anymore. From there, we moved it to the Norfolk City Auditorium. We outgrew that. From there, we went out to the Activity Center at Northeast Community College. We outgrew that.
Steffen said that his favorite part of the show is getting to meet the farmers face to face and shake the hands of not just the listeners, but the people the farm show services.
People here in Northeast Nebraska still just like to I think, do business by looking each other in the eye and shaking each other's hands. That still stands for a lot.
Whether into the newest farming technology or just looking to change up your farming operation, the Farm Show has what you are looking for. For Hawk TV News, I'm Jordan Stevens.
Thank you, Jordan, for a great story. Visitors to Norfolk's Tahazuka Park Campground can now make reservations online for a campsite. Reservations are accepted on a first-come, first-served basis for the 2023 camping season, which begins April 15th. According to Nick Stevenson, who's the communications manager for the city of Norfolk, they're excited to roll out their online reservations for camping at the Tahazuka Campground. Campers can now be guaranteed a campsite when they arrive at Tahazuka Park. You can reserve your spot today, according to Nathan Powell, Parks and Recreation Director. He says this is another interim reform prompted by Parks and Recreation Management to make park services more accessible, convenient, and user-friendly for the Norfolk families and visitors. Rates are $16 a night without concrete pad or an electrical hookup, and $24 a night for concrete pad and electrical hookup. Local fees and taxes are not included in the rates. Coming up after the break, Jordan is with your Groundhog Day forecast. Vice President Harris is going to the funeral of Tyree Nichols tomorrow, and President Trump pleads the Fifth Amendment. You're watching Hawk TV.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey,
Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
I'm a licensed practical nurse. I work in rehab, long-term care, and assisted living facilities. When I look at my residents, I see my mom, my dad, and I'm giving the respect and the care I would want. We are protectors of our residents. Their safety, their health, and happiness are three things that we're working on 24/7. We've taken an oath to do that, but it's in our hearts to do that.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to Hawk TV News. I'm Jordan Stevens, and here's your forecast for Northeast Nebraska. Tonight our low is a low of 4 degrees. Tomorrow, aka Hump Day, will be a high of 32 and a low around 12. On Groundhog Day, aka Thursday, it'll be a high of 22 and a low of an absurd -6. Currently, it is 16 degrees and sunny. That's your latest forecast for weather anytime on KHWKHawkTV.com. or tune into 101.7 The Nest for daily weather updates throughout the week. The Vice President will attend the funeral of Tyree Nichols in Memphis Wednesday. Nichols was beaten to death by Memphis police officers earlier this month, and the footage of what happened was released last week. The White House Vice President Harris had a phone call with Nichols' mother and stepfather and expressed her condolences. New reports say that FBI agents searched the Penn Biden Center offices in mid-November after an initial discovery of classified documents. The FBI searched the location after President Biden's lawyers found several classified materials from Biden's time as vice president there on November 2nd. There was no search warrant involved. Video from the New York Attorney General's probe into the Trump organization shows President Trump pleaded the Fifth. He refused to answer questions at a deposition in New York City back in August as part of a civil investigation into his business. Trump said he once asked why people would plead the Fifth if they're innocent, but says he now understands. A massive rail project in northeast Nebraska is getting the boost from President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. Biden announced a nearly $300 million grant for the Gateway Hudson Tunnel project in New York City. The project, which has stalled for years, includes repairs for an existing tunnel and construction of a new tunnel beneath the Hudson River for Amtrak and state commuter lines between New Jersey and Manhattan. Coming up on Sports Focus, Keely is in with breaking football news, get the latest on Hawk sports, and we'll take you to the recent Athletic Hall of Fame banquet. All this and more coming up on Hawk TV News.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Yes, I'm a smoker. And yes, I'm aware I should quit. I get pressure from everyone I love and everything around me.
Smoking is really, really bad for you.
Yet sometimes that pressure alone is enough to make me want to light up.
At 1-800-QUIT-NOW, we get it. With free coaching services and nicotine gum, patches, or lozenges, we're here for you. No lectures, no judgment. Call us at 1-800-QUIT-NOW today.
I was given a prescription opioid pain medication that lasted a lot longer than the pain itself. And within only a few months, I was completely addicted. I lost everything. And I started to watch my life slip away. These drugs are addictive. One prescription can be all it takes to lose everything.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Hello everyone, my name is Keely Peck and welcome to today's sports news. The Northeast Community College women's basketball team hosted number 3 Kirkwood Community College Saturday afternoon at the Cox Activity Center in Norfolk. The Eagles came out on top with a final score of 72-42. The Hawks knew they would face a tough test from nationally ranked Kirkwood, and shooting woes made it difficult to keep pace with the Eagles throughout the day. Kirkwood shot 41.2% from the field, while Northeast shot just 24.5%. A bright spot for the Hawks was Alexis Bliven from Holdridge, Nebraska, as her 13 points were her season high. The women's basketball is heading to take on Des Moines Community College for their game tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. in Boone, Iowa. The Northeast Community College men's basketball team welcomed Kirkwood Community College as well Saturday afternoon to the Cox Activity Center in Norfolk for an ICC-AC matchup. The Eagles took the close showdown by a final score of 86-76. The Hawks and Eagles were at an even 40 points each on the scoreboard at halftime and battled hard all day with Kirkwood. 3 different Northeast players totaled over 10 points as Colin Storr put in 24, Namal Alexandre had 16, and Chaz Cullum scored 14 of his own. The men's team plans to take on their next game tomorrow, February 1st, against Des Moines Area Community College in Boone, Iowa, starting at 7:30 p.m. For the first time in 23 years, the Northeast Athletic Department honored several people during a Hall of Fame induction ceremony last weekend. Among the inductees was Martin King, who was a first-team All-American for the men's basketball team during the 1989-1990 season. Keene played basketball in Spain, USA, Japan, Germany, India, and Uruguay. He also tried out for the Toronto Raptors. Also inducted was Kathy Bissett Amos, who played for the women's basketball team from 1987 to 1989. She currently holds the single-game scoring record of 49 points.
I met Coach Fonz and was kind of nervous, not sure what to think, but as soon as I walked in the gym and met her, the energy and the enthusiasm that she brought to the game of basketball, I was immediately hooked. I could not wait to come play for her.
The other contributors who were recognized were Dr. Bob and Helen Ann Cox. Dr. Cox was the president of Northeast from 1973 to 1989. Northeast, okay. To 1995, sorry.
We recognize the coaches and teams, faculty, support staff here tonight, as well as those who served before you. And we are such a wonderful part of our lives. You do such a good job. Your games and events are fun to watch. Thanks again to A.D. Miles and everyone at the college. We are honored to be inducted into the Athletics Hall of Fame. We'll treasure it always. Go Hawks.
Along with the induction ceremony, the honorees were also recognized at halftime of the men's basketball game this past Saturday. Just 2 hours ago, breaking news was announced that the Saints and Broncos are finalizing compensation in return for Super Bowl winning head coach Sean Payton, sources tell ESPN. This clears the way for Payton to sign with the Broncos to become Denver's next head coach, and so Payton is expected to head to Denver as its next head coach. Two New Jersey natives will be calling Super Bowl 57 on Fox when the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles face off 2 Sundays from now in Arizona. Greg Olsen and Kevin Burkhardt will be manning the microphones. Olsen, a former Pro Bowl tight end, was born in Patterson and grew up in Wayne. Burkhardt grew up in Bloomfield. It's a dream come true for both Fox booth announcers, but especially for Burkhardt. He's a lifelong Philadelphia fan and will get to call the Eagles in his first ever Super Bowl. Coming up, Jordan is back to give us our entertainment news. Is there really going to be a King of the Hill revival? Find out this and more after the break.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
I have a voice and the freedom to express it.
I have my faith as a freedom of religion.
I find the truth and have the freedom to share it.
I have a cause and the freedom to peacefully assemble.
I have a concern and the freedom to petition my government.
Think first. Know your 5 freedoms of the First Amendment. Go to thinkfirstamendment.org to learn more.
My dad's addiction and death from overdosing on opioids has taught me it's likely that everybody knows somebody who is struggling with this very problem. Losing my mentor, my best friend. He took one pill too many that ultimately killed him.
There's nothing in the way. There's nothing left to say. There's just a perfect day for us to use. Why don't we wait here? I just wanna stay here now.
Alec Baldwin is being formally charged with involuntary manslaughter in the deadly 2021 shooting on the film set of Rust in New Mexico. Cinematographer Haia Hutchins was shot and killed when Baldwin fired a prop gun loaded with a real bullet. Hannah Reed, the person in charge of the prop gun on the movie set, is also facing the same charges as Baldwin. The Santa Fe District Attorney filed the charges today. Baldwin could be facing 5 years in prison if convicted. A King of the Hill revival is being ordered at Hulu. At Hulu, original series creator Mike Judge, Greg Daniels, and Saldine Patterson will all return, with Patterson serving as showrunner. Judge will lead the voice cast with original cast members Kathy Numi, Stephen Root, and Lauren Tom. The original series ran from 1997 to 2009. Elton John has broken a record for highest grossing tour of all time. Consequent Sound reported his massive Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour has brought more than $817 million since it kicked off in 2018. That beats the $776 million Ed Sheeran raked in during the Divide tour in 2019. What's more, Elton John's farewell tour isn't over yet. It's included a whopping 278 shows across the globe with no end date in sight. Matt Reeves' The Batman 2 is set to hit theaters on October 3rd, 2025. DC studio heads James Gunn and Peter Safran announced the release date while revealing the slate for the upcoming DC universe, which also starts in 2025. However, the Robert Patterson-led Batman 2 will exist separately from the new connected universe. Pattinson will reprise his role as Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, but other details are being kept under wraps. Last year, The Batman made over $770 million at the worldwide box office. That's all for this edition of Hawk TV News. Remember to give blood in the Lifelong Learning Center tomorrow. You can book an appointment by calling Erica at 402-844-7177. Don't forget Black History Month starts tomorrow and Groundhog Day is on Thursday. Let's hope the little rodent doesn't see his shadow. Thanks for watching and have a good night.